This video is brought to you by Artistworks. Artistworks are part of TrueFire Studios, and they offer direct access to master musicians through their innovative online learning platform. Partnering with iconic musicians, they've crafted decades of industry experience into guided paths of online learning. Crucially, there's an option to get personalized feedback tailored specifically to your playing via their unique video exchange. Get direct guidance towards your playing goals. You can use the code GNC40 for 40% off of any of Artistworks courses. Here's a brand of guitars that I think one of the things that you folks, some of you in the comments have asked me to check out more often than any other. Of course, I've been interested in brands other than Gibson for 335s and Les Paul type things, and this fits the bill. I know Johnny Welk, if you're watching, grabbed a ES335 type from Eastman recently and was super blown away by it. This comes from Max Guitars in London. He's just let me borrow this one. Thanks to Mike at Rose Morris as well for facilitating this. Check out Max Guitars online. They're based in Denmark Street. A lovely selection of guitars in there. And let's have a look. So this is the antique type. complete with newspaper. like lovely dark fretboard. Can't wait to play it. Also the case, incredibly classy, kind of suede. So I think there are a couple of things that have meant that brands like Eastman have more of a foot in the door than I think they would have. So over the years, I think Gibson's reputation has taken a little bit of a hit. That has definitely recovered quite a bit more recently. But, you know, there was that period between sort of 2007-ish to 2017, you know, sort of the wilderness years where they started adding robots to guitars. Anyway, and also then crushing guitars with tanks. And I think people started to think about maybe not playing so authentic. So the Eastman brand has been around since 1992, and they actually started off building orchestral instruments, and I think they still do, but they also build some of the more basic guitar-based stuff. So this is the Antique Redburst, I believe. This weighs 8 pounds and 5 ounces. Really quite a nice weight. That's the sort of thing that you find the Gibson custom shop. They tend to put guitars out, you know, when they're on the lighter side around that weight. The Gibson Murphy Lab of Jake's is about the weight of this guitar. It has, I don't think it's a nitro finish, it's like their own sort of varnishy finish. It has an ebony fretboard which is really, really well polished. If anything, maybe a little bit over polished, but it feels super, super smooth under the fingers. The frets, they've done a lovely job as well. Plays pretty well, feels pretty precise. And another great thing about these guitars, they've got Lola Imperials in there, custom wound. The neck as well feels really, really comfy. This finish is lovely. Definitely feels old, feels played, but it doesn't feel grotty or anything. It's really nice aged tuners as well. The only thing for me, there's two little things that stick out. These plastic volume knobs are not aged, whereas pretty much everything else is. So we've got aged bridge pieces, aged pickup covers, and aged plastics. So those stick out a little bit. Even this bit here is slightly aged, I think. And then the other thing, obviously it's not shaped exactly like a Les Paul. From your angle as you're playing it, it basically feels and looks exactly like a Les Paul to play. I think it's a really, really nice playing guitar. It's not the best Les Paul I've ever played, I have to say. I will do more videos with it, but the neck feels really, really, really nice and comfortable. Not, I wouldn't say it's as chunky as like a 50s Les Paul standard, but reasons to buy, I guess. Great sounding pickups, a really nice weight guitar. I quite like the flame on that thing as well. Let me know your thoughts. Have you tried an Eastman? Do you dig them? Have you been a fan? I think the case is really nice as well. Really well set up. I think I'm going to have to give it a bit more time to give more of a conclusion on it, because my hands are feeling, I don't know, something feels a little bit sticky at the moment, and I'm not sure if it's a guitar or me. But yeah, really, really, really impressed with it, and actually acoustically it's got a great sound as well, quite lively. So we'll just play it unplugged. Like it's got a real sizzle to it. intonates incredibly well as well, and playing really in tune. Yeah, give me a bit more time with it and I'll come back with a conclusion. But I think from the player's perspective, looks exactly like a Les Paul, feels exactly like a Les Paul. I think probably a step above the average Les Paul standard, getting towards maybe Fender Custom Shop, Gibson Custom Shop quality. Let me know your thoughts on that. Is this as good as a Gibson? I think it's as good as the standard production Gibsons. I would suggest yes. Not plecked, I don't think, but there's plenty of frets there, which is one of the downsides of plecked guitars, and sometimes you can end up with less of a fret. Really lovely wood that they've used on the fretboard, really lovely top, really lovely one-piece mahogany back, really lovely pickups. So all in all, good news, I reckon. Let me know your thoughts if you've got any. I was using a variety of Helix presets there. You can get them in the Gumroad if you want. But yeah, Max Guitars, thank you for the loaner, and more videos to come on this. And yeah, let me know if there are other Eastman guitars that you think I should check out, or other guitars in this price range that you think compete with it or are just as good or better. Cheers.